All right. Next Patreon request, and this one comes from Bill McLaughlin, who asked me to do a Stormhawks Evil Dead crossover. As always, if you guys would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link in the description box below. Head on over to my Patreon, hit the second tier. That'll allow you access to do so. But other than that, hope you all enjoy this, and let's get started with the video. So is this story begins in Cyclonian territory, where a excavation is being done at like this backwater terra that they've taken over for a specific reason. Like Cyclonus believes there's something on this planet that they can use for themselves. Like she's in the thorough belief that there is something of great use for her, for the Cyclonian cause. And as they're as they're digging around trying to find it, Master Cyclonus herself shows up and is like, "Well, how goes the project?" And they're like, "Well, we've been digging around. We found a temple, but we haven't found anything in it." And she's like, "Well, get digging or be buried in there." So they hear the message loud and clear and continue to dig further until they find like an ancient like crypt. And in that crypt is a book. And Cyclonus is like, "Yep, that's what I was looking for." And of course, everyone's like, "What do you mean, ma'am? It's just a book. Is it supposed to be like ancient secrets?" And she's like, "Nope, this thing is going to be a weapon." So Cyclonus takes the book back to her personal chambers and is like flipping through it, reading it. And that's when Dark Ace comes in and he's like, "All that attention for a book. I have it." Like, he's like, what is the point here? Like, what are we trying to accomplish with a book? And Cyclonus basically explains that, like, my grandmother, when she was when she ruled over Cyclonia, she always talked about this ancient book that belonged to the Cyclonian Empire. But it's a book that allowed us to have great power over both the living and the dead, and it essentially allowed us to rule over the rule over both life and death. And I want that power for myself. And I spent a lot of time looking for this damn book, so we're going to use it for ourselves, to create an undying army. So she's like, "Bring in the first test subject," and it's just a common run-of-the-mill Talon, and the Talon doesn't know what he's here for. And she's like, "Oh, you're getting a promotion. You're getting a very big promotion to serve a greater purpose." And the Talon's just like, "Oh, cool. What's the promotion?" And immediately she tells Dark Ace to like kill him. He just stabs him, and she reads the classic words from the book, the Necronomicon. Of course, I'm not going to bury the lead anymore. It is the Necronomicon that she found, and uses its power to. She basically, uses harnesses its power to bring the Talon back to life as a Deadite. Now Cyclonus does believe that, like, through the book, I have the power of the book, I can control it. And the Deadite is just like, "No, did you, like, you really thought, like, that's why, you really thought have it because of who you are? You really do think that, like, the cyclone, your grandmother had power over us? No, she thought she had power over us. All she did was just free us. And now, just like you, we're going to do the same thing and we're going to make your empire better, but only through blood and, through our way." So Dark Ace immediately just kills the Deadite again, but now the Deadites are just free in general. So Deadites are now like going around possessing Talons left and right, and Cyclonus is just like, "Oh crap, I gotta we gotta put a stop to this immediately. Like, we cannot have by any stretch of the imagination, we can't allow these We can't allow these demons to take what's mine. So immediately, Cyclonus calls Ravus, Snipe, Repton. She brings them all together and tells them, hey, so we, there was a miscalculation. Not my fault, but if you see any Talons or Raptors acting weird, immediately kill them. And they're like, is there a reason? Like, yeah, they're demonic hordes now. So get to it, or, I'll kill you myself. So everyone, by this point, every Talon and even some Raptors are becoming Deadite possessed and immediately tearing through. They're just causing all kinds of chaos and misfortune all through the Cyclonian Terra. Eventually, like Cyclonus alongside her higher ups are just fighting their way through various Deadites left and right, and Dark Ace during this whole slaughter fest is like, hey, what's to stop us from getting possessed, ma'am? And she's like, yeah, the shield, she immediately puts like a crystal shield around them so their souls can basically be saved. And she's like, yeah, this will keep you safe. I'm too powerful to be possessed. I can't lose my best chess pieces, especially not to these idiots. So the best option they have is getting the book back, and Cyclonus reading reading another passage in order to prevent these spirits from taking over more of Cyclonia. So as Cyclonus is doing that, every Deadite is like, nope, we're not going to let you do that. So there's just this horde of Raptor and Talon Deadites coming for Cyclonus as she's reading from the book. So Dark Ace just tells Ravus, Snipe, and Repton, hold the line for as long as you can. And that's what they do. They just start killing their way through them. And Snipe is just like, man, this is kind of fun. I didn't realize killing our own subordinates, I thought it would be kind of a detriment, but, it's kind of fun. And Ravus is like, you might be a bit of a psychopath, brother. He's like, I know, it's great. So by this point, Master Cyclonus does manage to reverse the Deadite. They can't unpossess them, but she does cut off their power from the realm, from hell. And there's also like some chicanery that happens. Like one of the Deadites takes on like the voice of Arrow's father, that Dark Ace betrayed. He's like, you betrayed us. And he's like, I'll do it again. And he's like, please, I do it again. It just decapitates the guy. But yeah, Cyclonus does manage to stop the possession. And what happens is that Cyclonus is like, well, I'm not going to let anyone have possession of this book. Not because like out of fear of it, but more like it being used as a WMD against her. So what she does is just now lock it at the bottom of the Cyclonian Terra under lock and key. And, more or less just says, oh, tells the rest of the Cyclonian Empire, we just had like a weapons malfunction. A new weapon was being tested and it didn't work out for us. And that's why all those people were dead. It was like we were working on a new virus. The virus infected half of our soldiers. We had to take them out to keep a contagion from spreading. So by the end of it, Cyclonus, while she's like, yeah, I'm locking the book up, she is going to be like, I'll keep that in mind in case I want to learn again, because I don't let anything get the better of me, especially not a book. So there you go, guys. That is Stormhawks versus Evil Dead. I want to thank Bill McLaughlin for this Patreon request. And yeah, you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of it? Comment below, let me know. Other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.